Hi, let's talk about goats. Frances Ann says she's got mini goats. We had mini goat. Her name was Mini Goat. Frances Ann has medium goats. And the other day, Saturday, Frances Ann and the bull in the china shop and the kids went on a road trip. And nice old Nana said, I'll watch the critters. Well, mainly because I also needed to do like 4 tons of laundry. But, so, I go up there very early in the morning. Goaties are already out for the first time. You know, they get tethered out to graze. Guinea pig is taken care of. The rabbit, cat, 2 dogs. I get the laundry going. Start working on stuff that needs sorted in the shed. Found some of my dragons and some of the other cool stuff. And every time I'd go out, I'd check the goaties, make sure they had enough water, didn't need moved. Head butter number 1. Now their names are Huckleberry and Phoenix, but head butter 1 and 2 for this because I can't remember which one is Phoenix and which one is Huckleberry. One has ears, one has nubbins. So, every time I go out there, the eared one would try to eat my hair. And when I'd move them, you know, they drag me around. This is one at a time. They're strong little boogers. So, things went pretty well until it was time to put them away. And the nubby-eared one was the first one. But because you got to fight them at the shed door, you kind of got to put them together, put them away together. So I unhooked the thing from the fence, and he heads up to his brother or whatever, his pal, and we end up charging up the hill. I don't charge well, so my knee went out, and by the time we got up and to where he stopped finally, my arms are above my head and I'm like being drugged, yelling at him, probably some bad words. I might have said a bad word or 2. But he stopped, and he's over there by head butter number 2, and he's, you know, they're all happy and playing and doing their goat things. And I try to stand up and fall back down because the knee is now done for the day, and it was done for the next day, and it's still kind of done. But I'm sitting there thinking, oh lordy, I can't crawl across that gravel driveway and put these 2 goats away. And then I look over at where head butter number 2 is tied up, and holy heck, that's a long way to crawl too. But I can figure things out. I wasn't ever a Boy Scout, but I can figure things out. So I know that there's this little latch thingy on the end of head butter number 1's big long tie out. So I drag him over, and his brother comes over with him, and I click that latch onto his halter and unclick him from the tree. Now I've got 2 goats on 1 rope. It's a pretty long rope, which is probably good because they took off in opposite directions, and thankfully I got them stopped before they cut me in half. But I still have the dilemma that I can't get across the driveway on these poor, well, one knee, because the other one's not going to let me put any kind of pressure on it. And I look over and I see Merlin's bike. And that's just like, well, it seemed like 5 miles from me because, ow, but it wasn't very far, so I managed to get the goaties close enough that I had enough string to get myself over there. Made sure they weren't tangled up in the bike spokes or anything. And used the bike similar to a crutch or something, you know, kind of used my good leg to walk me across the driveway. And thankfully the goaties didn't go berserk until we got to the shed, to which they said, "Ah, there's our shed," and went zooming in, and then me and the bike crashed. But at least they were in the shed. So once I got myself righted off the ground a little bit and turned around, I'm sitting on the step of the shed, get one goat over, and I get him unlatched. But I know if I let go of that halter before I get the other one unlatched and the door shut, I'm going to have a problem, because they're going to probably jump out over me and be gone, and then nobody will see them again. I'm not going to get into all of the bad words that I said, but I finally did manage to get them unlatched and get the door shut. And then I had to crawl up the door, kind of, to latch it. Used the bike to get back over to the house, and crawled in and sat down and messaged Francis Ann, "When are you coming home?" Anyway, I survived the great goat roundup, and I think the next time goaties need to be babysat, I'm going to insist that they have an outdoor pen that they can be contained in, and maybe somebody with a tank come and put them away, because I think that's the last time I'm going to play with medium goats and try to put them in their shed. Just saying, Francis Ann, I really wish you would get some mini goats. But that's about all I've got to say. I survived. Hang on to your magic. Have a lovely day.